Hello guys, today I'm going to introduce you to this module called Descriptive Quantification 1B at the University of Johannesburg. I'm going to show you how to use Excel to do your ticking off. This video. Today's video is all about creating a dimension paper using Excel, and then I'll also show you some things that you have to know on Excel to create your dimension paper and do your ticking off. I'll also show you an example first. Let's start. Here I have my assignment. This one was my assignment, and then here I have my module code, the due date, and then here you write your student number, and then the project name. It was new offices, and then you write your drawing number. This is my drawing number, QS what you see it, and then this is how our taking off looks like. I'll show you how to create these lines using Excel, and then how to open and close item, and how to type the descriptions, because sometimes when you type the descriptions, let me show you an example. I did an example here. See, I have typed the description, but it has overlapped to the other page. You see, this is in one cell, but when I move out, it overlaps to another page. I'll show you how to deal with this problem if you are having this problem. Then let me just explain. To do your ticking off, you have a ticking off list. Like here, you're only focused on substructure. This is our ticking off list, and then we're doing site clearance, topsoil removal, excavation, and then we have our waste calculation. And then here I was using the external dimensions of a brick wall for the house to calculate the center line. The center line of the trench and the brick wall are the same. Like if you calculated the center line for the trench, you can use it when you do your brick wall calculations. If you calculate the center line for the brick wall, you can use it when you do your excavation. You have the length. The length, it was 15.80 15 millimeters. 15.93 millimeters. Dimension of the wall is the length, and then the width, it was 1050 millimeters, which is 10.05 meters. And then you add these things, you add this, your length and width, you multiply by 2, and then it's equals to this. And then because we're using the external dimensions of the building, of the wall, or I can say the wall, and then we're going to I was using the internal dimensions of the wall. And I made a mistake here. It is a mistake, because like here I was supposed to write less, because these things were external dimensions. We less the corners, and then this is our recess, I made a mistake. It was correct. We had the recess, and then if your building has a recess, you add those recesses. These are our recesses. Our recesses was this number, and then I added them, and then I got this thing, and then I have to less the corners. I less the corners. Then my center line is this thing, and then I did my clearance, write my description, clear the whole site area by digging up and removing rubbish, areas, and the vegetation and hedges and bushes and trees not exceeding 200 millimeter gauge. When they say not exceeding 200 millimeter gauge, like we are referring to the circumference of the tree. And then we do our topsoil removal. Here is our topsoil removal. I remove the topsoil to the extreme length of the trench. Here, I have the dimensions for the building, so I had to add like the external width of the trench. Like usually the brick wall will be at the center. That's why I added this on both sides, this side and this side, to get the external width of the trench, and then I had to deduct my recesses, but we'll talk about that. Now I'm going to introduce you these things. This video like is an introduction here, and then we have Thompson column, dimension column. I forgot about this one. Now I'll do a video to show all those things, and then this is how I set the line. Now I'm going to show you like how to do this line, see, and then with the line of opening and closing an item. Like here, let me show you like under our description column, like our units are, we write our units in millimeters, and on these columns, in this 1, 2, our unit, our dimensions are in meters, yeah, they are in meters, and then to 2 decimal places, and then here we don't have decimals. Here in these description columns we don't have decimals, and then like let's say here I did site clearance, and then I wrote my description, and then I reference these things from X3. We reference using the standard system, and then it's measured in meters squared. So we have the length and the width for site clearance, and then we multiply, we get the area. This is the area. And then for topsoil removal, we also use area. It is measured in meters squared, and from F6 from the standard system. And then we deduct our recesses, and always is length times width, and then get our answer. And like this thing, let me go to excavation and show you like we have three dimensions. We have the mean girth, which is the same as the length. We can have a length here, or your mean girth, and then here we have, which is the center line. Here we have the width of the trench. This is the width, and then we have the depth or the height. That's how our dimensions are put, and then you multiply, you get the volume. And then excavation is from F6, and then it's measured in meters squared. Okay, let's begin. Let's begin. Okay, let me open a new book. Like I was doing a video, but I found out there were some mistakes there. Let me start all over, and then I deleted that video. This is the second one. New book, blank workbook. So when you open your Excel, it will be like this, and then you have to change your view to a page layout, so that it can be easy for us to divide our things, so that we know how it will look when we print this paper or convert it into PDF. Like the width of the first column is 50 pixels, the second 50 pixels, and then we go to this is 50 pixels, and description column, we just adjust your width, adjust the width, but I use 170 for description column. Yeah, let's start. Now I'm going to adjust the length. Is 50 pixels. We have 50 pixels here, and then we also have 50 pixels here. We also have 50 pixels here. Like now, so I'm teaching you how to use Excel. Yeah, and then here we have 170 pixels. And this is our description column. 170 pixels, and also here we're going to have 50 pixels. Just repeat the process. 50 pixels, 50 pixels, and 50 pixels. Our dimension paper has to be symmetrical, and then here we have 170 pixels. 170 is too small. yeah, I'll have to adjust this thing, let's say 1.8 pixels, and adjust this column. It is 1.8 pixel length, 1.8 pixels, and then I will adjust this one to 1.8 pixels all. 1.8 pixels. Now our dimensions are symmetrical, and then like we have a space here. This space on this side is for blending, when you want to blend your papers together. And then here we're going to have our your name, or sometimes you can add the module code, and then like it is a tutorial or what. I have the name, my name, and then here you have your student number. Then here you have the project name, this project here. And then you write the project name, let's say small building. Let me make this a capital letter, P, yes. And then you have your drawing number, let's say QS1, like let's say our module number or drawing number is QS1. And then now we have to add the border lines so that we can have our dimension paper ready for us to do our bookings. I'm going to say let me skip a line, and then I'm going to, you can start here or you can skip a line if you want. I'll skip a line. And then I will just add the border lines. Let me check this. Here the line style, I have to change it to single line, and then I go to more borders. I want to add the left and the right border. We have the left and the right border, and then move to the cell. Let's move to the cell. Let's just skip that cell so that we add the left and the right border on this column. Yeah, it is a column. Yeah, and then go to more borders. At the left and the right border, okay, and then go to this, we select, we're going to add the right border, which is a double border. We're going to change the line style to this, you see, and then we add the right border, and go down, and then move, go to this, let me go to this column, and then I add the left and the right border with border lines, left and right border. I'll also have to change my style because I use like double line. My style is be single line, and then I move. I'm done. Let me just do this, and then select this color. Add the left and the right border. It's going to be easy. Let's move the left and the right border, left, right. Now we have our dimension paper ready for us. I'll just introduce you to some functions and how to open and close an item, how to structure your taking off. Like here we're going to have our taking off list, and then move out of the cell, and then we select the cell, and then we underline, and then here, like on this video I'll do only one day, the side clearance, and then I'll do another video where I have a drawing, then I'll show you how to use the standard system and everything. Side clearance, side clearance, and then we have another item, topsoil removal. Just showing an example, topsoil removal, your items. Yeah, you can add your items, all the items. So if you wanna have, what do you call another thing, excavation. After excavation you can do your resource collapse and what and so on. Do your cutaway big fill, concrete wave, dump-proof membrane, dump-proof course, all those things. Now I'm going to, like, this video is to demonstrate how to use Excel to do your ticking off. And then let's move. Now we're going to do the width calculation for a center line. Width calculation. Function for center line. And then let me underline this. This is not an item, like, yeah, these are width calculations. You don't have to open and close. And then we say we're going to have the length. Let's say, like, let me just write here. We have a single row, and the dimensions, the length is equal to 4 meters, and then the width is equal to let me say just 3 meters. 3 meters, yeah, 3 meters. Remember, let's say the width of the trench, so that it can be easier for us to go back and at the width of the wall. Anyway, but let me just add the width of the trench. Width of the trench is equal to let me say 0.7 meters. And then we do our calculations. We have the length and the width. Let me just write length here. We're going to have the length here, and then we're going to have the width here, and then in our description columns, all our dimensions have to be booked using millimeters. So we're going to convert meters into millimeters. It's going to be 4,000, and then we move, and then we have our width, which is 3,000, and then we have to call a function. We call the sum function, say equals to sum, and a double click sum. Then you select the cell, put the double column, then you select another cell, add this thing. Just calculated. We just added the width and the length, and then we have to multiply this width and the length to get the perimeter, the whole perimeter of the building. Let's say it's going to be, let me just call it the product function. Like, things are easy when you're using technology. We have this number, we're going to take this number, and then we multiply it by 2, and then click enter. Here we have it, and then we're going to I'm sure here we're having the external dimensions of the trench. We're going to less corners. If we're using the internal dimensions of the trench, we're going to add corners. Now with less corners. With less corners, we use this formula. We say it's 4 times of, or you can just add the symbol here. Add the symbol. Let's insert the symbol. Insert. Go to symbol, like insert the multiplication symbol. Here it is. Yeah, and then I close. I can let me just copy this so it can be easy for me to copy. Just say Control C, you copy it, and then we'll write 2, and then Control V, you paste, and then we're going to have 0.5, and then we're going to say Control V, we paste, and then we multiply by the width of the trench, which is 7.5 meters. It's going to be 700 millimeters, and then get our answer. I'm going to use a function. Let me do my calculations here, and then I will delete. You can press your calculator, or you can just use the product function to get the to get your answer. Let's see, it's going to be 4 by 2 by 0.5 by 700, and then the answer is 2.8. We have 2.8 here. We also have 2.8 millimeters, and then we're going to do our center line. Let's do center line. Center line is equal to, so we have two less corners. If we have less corners, we're going to subtract. Let me call the sum function. Sum, okay, is equals to, you have to add the cost of it, and then you write sum, call the sum function, and then here I'm going to take this cell, then say this, and then have to add a negative. Here I add the negative, and then I select this cell, because this is some function. If I just select those two cells, we're going to add, but I want to subtract the negative in front of the number that I want to subtract from a certain number. Then I click enter, and then it's 11,200. This is our center line. Like, I can make it like look appealing. I will select this one to the right. This is full now, and then we're going to do our side clearance. Yeah, we're going to do one thing. Let's do our side clearance. We're done. First of all, let's just open the item. This is side clearance. We're going to add. Go to the insert tab, go under shapes, go to lines, and then draw our line. I'm going to use the black color. Then I come here in the right side, and let me use it clearance. And you have to write the description. I'm going to say here, use a standard system. The standard system will help you, and then just read the standard system. What does it say? And then you put a description. You go to the SOX. Set clearance is under SOX. SOX3. Yeah, you go to SOX3, and then find out. This thing is explaining how you can measure it, and then how your description should be, like it guides you. Yeah, it's going to clear the whole side area. Clear the whole side area by digging up. You see, now we have a problem. You see, this thing is overlapping. When I move out of the set, it is overlapping. I can fix this by selecting these cells. Like, let's say I'll just estimate, like my description will say, let's say 4 columns, and then I'll go to wrap text. You see, and then let me move this thing of wrapping text. Let me start by matching the cells. I'll match the cells first, and then you wrap text, and then you continue with your description by digging up and removing rubbish. I'll not write the full description. I can end here and say end trees not exceeding 200 millimeter teeth unusual, and then I say this, and then I write this. this thing is measured in meters cubed, and then I'm going to have earthworks. This from earthworks 3, and then it goes, and then I can change this to a superscript. Just select it and then go to format and format cells, and you just say superscript, and then done. It's been converted into superscript, and then move out of the cell. You see you have a description, but it's not visible. We cannot see the whole description, so I have to again match the cells. I will match the cells and then match. Everything is visible now. Then I will input my dimensions. When you are clearing the site, you have to add 1.5 meters beyond the building. So I'm going to, so that we can allow the people working on the site to move around when they are working, so that they can have a working space. And then I will have my dimensions. I will have to add 3.5, which is equals to 3 meters. I will add 3 meters to 4. I'm going to have 7, and then let me just write 7, and then I'll delete those things like the decimals after the comma, and then I'm going to add 3 to the 3, and then I'm going to have 6. This is our site clearance, and then let's go to this and then increase. Increase our dimensions. We have 2 dimensions after the comma in this column, and then move to this, and then you just call the sum function. You have to multiply those 2 things. You call the sum function, and the product function, not the sum function, product function. And then we take this cell and then double colon in this cell. We want to multiply them, and then enter. It's 42, and then it has to be 2 decimal places after the comma. We are done with our site clearance, and then let me just underline this, and then I will have to close. You just go to insert tab, and then shapes, lines. Think that is everything you need to know. Let's change the color. Just select, and then this black. We have booked our site clearance. Let me delete this. We don't need them. And this thing, let me delete it. We don't need them also. Then we're done with our site clearance. You have our risk calculation. I'll take you off this our site clearance. This was an introduction video. I would appreciate if you subscribe. I have not figured the name of the channel, but I will figure out. Going forward, I'll make an introduction. Maybe I will make an introduction video for my channel. Maybe I'll have a logo going forward. Now I don't have the name for the channel, but I'll decide before uploading this video. Going forward, I'll do a taking off for a simple building. It will be like this one, the whole taking off from site clearance up until damp-proof course, which goes under the walls. I'll do the concrete work, everything, showing you, and then you'll have